Welcome back to America Right Now. I'm Tom Basili. Disney going woke, kids developing nervous tics from TikTok, schools pushing sexual content on 5-year-olds. If you're a parent today, right now you are struggling to keep objectionable content away from your children. So what do you do about it? Parents need new resources to manage exposure to content. Now here's the good news. There are options to help, and one of them is Movieguide.org. We're joined now by Dr. Ted Baehr. He's the founder of Movieguide.org. Dr. Ted, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Great to be with you today.
So, Doctor, I'm a father of 3, and my wife and I have been mortified by what passes for kids programming today. We've canceled our Disney Plus subscription after the company went woke. We just can't trust particularly a lot of the new content that's on there. We discovered Movie Guide not that long ago, and it's terrific. So talk to us about why you started and what you do.
Well, we started because during the golden age of Hollywood, the church had 3 film offices, Catholic, Protestant, and the Jewish Defense League. And they all folded in the 60s. So after I was head of the company that lined The Witch in the Wardrobe on CBS and got 37 million viewers, I said, how do we redeem the media? I had just come to Christ. I've been changed and transformed. And I brought together, we had 62 professors develop the first media literacy course. And we developed that into tools for you, for parents. Because, no matter what we do to change the media or what we do with the boycott or what they do in the state of Florida, there's always going to be problems to confront. There's always going to be things that children can watch. So you have to build in those tools in your children so they make wise decisions. So Movie Guide helps your children develop discernment. We don't say go or don't go. We say, here's the facts that's in it. You make the decision, and we look at it comprehensively. We look not only at the sex and the violence, which are very important, but we look at all those things that bother kids. So we're trying to help kids develop discernment, and it works beautifully. In fact, I'm surprised. Every couple of days, I get a report from academia, a private academic website, because I was head of a department at Berkeley, et cetera, saying that they're using it in schools, which is amazing because it's very conservative and very Christian.
No, that's great. Now, Doctor, one of the great things about the site is that the reviews aren't just like a couple of stars or a little paragraph. They're very in-depth. And you have a ranking system for parents and kids as well. Describe for us how that works.
Well, we've developed a comprehensive model because when I was head of the TV department at the City University of New York, 60 professors got together and developed the first media literacy course that, by the way, is very Christian, but it's used in schools all over the country. And it helps children develop media literacy so that you have your values and we help you ask the right questions to children so that they can compare it with their standards. And you're going to be surprised because your children will usually say, if you want to see animals maimed or mutilated or people or whatever else, they'll be very conservative on that scale. And then you can say to them, well, why would you go see that movie if that was the case? And when we do that, we also look at the stages of development of children. I don't want to get too technical in it, the solipsistic stage, and each stage, children have different reactions. So if you know that, you can teach your children. And we put it in as simple terms as we can to make it as easy for parents as we can make it.
Yeah, you're teaching them to also ask the right questions. Now, Doctor, there used to be, you used to ask the question, is there nudity, is there foul language? But now there seems to be so much more to consider when evaluating a film. There's a lot of subliminal and suggestive messaging and other themes in there too. What are some of the examples that you're seeing more and more of, or that parents should keep an eye out for?
Well, Tom, you're absolutely right. And of course, at the root of all that, for those of us who do theology and academics, is just the nature of being, what we call ontology. And a lot of movies can be G-rated, but they can have a worldview that's based on a world that we don't believe in as Christians and Jews. Christians and Jews believe we live in a real world with real pain, real suffering that needs a real savior. And we can go into deep details about that, but I won't. But anyway, that's other systems believe that this is just an imaginary world, or they believe the Marxist view that we're all materialism. So what does it matter if Stalin kills 60 to 80 million people? It doesn't matter. They just matter. So we help people unpack that, and you'd be surprised at how many simple G and PG animated films have worldviews that clash with Christianity, that build values in the kids that are anti-faith and values.
Anti-faith and values, and also anti-American in many respects. Last week, we had Daniel Harmon on the show from the Tuttle Twins and Angel Studios, and he was talking about the fact that he believes that there's going to be a surge in more family and traditional values programming and movies. Are you starting to see more options for parents in that regard?
Well, there have been, because we show Hollywood the numbers. And if you go woke, we can show that because we do a detailed economic analysis of the box office. The more liberal you are, the less money you make. In fact, movies with strong conservative content a year ago did 90 million at the box office, and strong liberal content did about 11 million. So I said, you can make the 11 million, but you're going to go broke because the average Hollywood movie costs 104 million. So the more conservative it is, the more money you make, the more, standard family, father, mother, everything you move toward, the more money you make. Because the average person knows what they want to choose, and the average child wants to choose that. So the good news is that the good always triumphs at the box office, and we have years of analysis to show that. And the number of movies with positive family content have gone to 6 when we first started to about 40%. Now, that's not all of them. Well, but 40% is a lot better than it was in the beginning.
Absolutely. All right. Tell us how people can support your work at Movieguide.org.
Just go to Movieguide.org, take a look. It's free. We send out a free newsletter about children's night, date night, whatever you want, that'll give you movies that are positive and uplifting. And for date night, it may be some Hallmark movie or Up TV movie, but just overlook that if you're the guy.
All right. Check it out, folks, and use it. Movieguide.org. Dr. Ted Baehr, thank you for what you're doing, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.